I'll wait for y'all to get here. Apologize that it froze on my end. Don't know what happened, but, you know, you don't give up. So, and me, I definitely don't give up. I'm a fighter. All the way through until the end. Let's see. Hopefully y'all be able to see me now and hear me. And I can see y'all type because I couldn't see nothing. Don't know why it froze, but... So I waited a few minutes so I could shut my device down and restart it. So hopefully that will help with that connection and nothing else will go wrong. Hello, Antero. You want to ask me something? I don't know what you want to ask. If you want a reading, baby, you'd have to donate to get that for me, sweetheart. You don't have a beautiful night. I don't know what that means, honey. You know, I could be funny. I mean, well, you know, I'm gonna be a little feisty tonight. We'll just say. I mean, there's many nights. My nights aren't beautiful, but I make most of them. You know, I found a reason to be grateful. You know, life throws you lemons, and you just make lemonade with it. That's the best I can do. Especially for me right now with everything that I'm still up against, but I won't be defeated. So, Eternal, are you here, baby? Let me see. Got cold again. Let me see the chat. I want to make sure it's working. Hi, Ricky. So anyhow, I don't know, Ricky, that you want a love reading. I could do a love reading, but you have to send a donation, baby. I can do a mini reading for 20 US, or I can do a full in-depth reading. Because God knows I have all the love oracle decks for 40. So you tell me, sweetheart. But you have to send it to my Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. So how you doing, Ricky? So hopefully we don't have any more technical issues tonight, but you never know. Oh, well, Antero, baby, when you get some money, come to me for a reading then. Because, you know, it costs money for me to be here, baby. It's not free to run a channel. And especially for my time on top of that. So when you have some money, baby, come to me then. And I'll do a reading for you. Dance a lot. I don't know what dance a lot means. I don't dance. I work. Aw, slippery poodle. Are you making fun of me? You know, makeup before bed, huh? Yeah, since I'm not wearing any makeup except for lipstick. And let's see, just because it's bedtime for you doesn't mean it's bedtime for me. Because, see, I woke up about 10 o'clock p.m. So, no, thank you, Val. Another troll that wants to come here and act a fool with me. Surprised they didn't say something else like they're going to hurt my feelings. But no, I don't wear any makeup. You think hairspray is makeup? Well, it's really silly to make assumptions, you know. A wise man once told me, let's see, how did it go? Oh, that's right. Never assume anything because it does nothing but make an ass out of you and me both. Only difference is you just make an ass out of yourself. So, nope, I don't have any hairspray in my hair either. So what else you got? Because you're 2 for 2. Striking out one more and you're going to be bounced. Play nice? Oh, I'm playing nice. See, there's a difference. You know, I'm a sweet, dreamy mermaid, and the people who watch me know this about me. And, you know, you come to me correct, you get the sweet, dreamy mermaid. But you come to me incorrect, and you get bit by the shark. So take your pick your poison. You're not trying to come off as rude, well, your comments are pretty rude. Making assumptions, thinking, you know, I'm wearing makeup when I'm not, except for lipstick. And I don't have any hairspray in my hair. My hair is 100% natural, so I think it's rude to make assumptions. Because what you just did is put me in a category of a lot of other people who typically would do and wear stuff like that. See, I'm not one of them. I'm 100% natural. So why don't you play nice? Because, you know, I mean, I do have a card, you know, that I could pull too, which I haven't used in a while. But I gotta find it. Val knows I'm sweet. Ain't that right, Val? I just don't like wisecracks and people that want to come here act a fool and make assumptions about me. That'd be equivalent to like someone coming in here and assuming they know my ethnicity when they don't. 99.9% of people guess it wrong every single time. Every single time. I think I can only think of one person who ever guessed my ethnicity right, or part of it at least. At least they got one thing right. So, see, Val knows. I'm sweet. I'm very sweet. If you're sweet to me, I'm sweet to you. You know, it's like the saying, in order to get respect, you got to give it first, right? So, hi, Andre. Yes, I'm back, baby. Back in your day, y'all considered hairspray makeup? Okay, well, but you see, you assumed wrong about me, though. I'm not wearing any hairspray. I have zero hairspray in my hair. That's why you don't assume things about people. You don't know. Isn't that right, Val and Andre? Like, you know, Even Andre can tell you, I'm not rude. I'm only rude to the people who are rude to me. So, you know, I'm a sweet dreamy mermaid. I'm a Pisces, but I also got Aries in my chart, so I could be fiery too at the same time. So, of course, slippery poodle. I haven't bounced you yet. I mean, I'm giving you a chance because see, I could have already bounced you. Let's be honest here. So, I'm just trying to get all this out of the way first because um I don't know why you think I have hairspray in my hair. Because my hair, if I was to pick up my ponytail, yeah, it's all messy. So, but I don't care. My hair is 100% natural. I don't need no hairspray. And 9 times out of 10, I don't even have my hair up. It's all down. So, but tonight I just decided to be, you know, a little fiery, we'll say, with a little attitude. Exactly. See, Andre knows. You don't judge a book by its cover. And you know, it's funny because Andre, I watched something last night and it was pretty amusing to me. And like that person really thinks that they're hurting my feelings, and I take it as complete flattery that somebody else is talking about me. Even if they think they're making fun of me, that makes themselves feel good. It's just, it's always interesting how other people act, you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Andre. Well, you know what, Slippery Poodle? You got me all confused because first you asked me why am I wearing makeup before bed when I'm not wearing makeup. Whether you consider that hairspray or foundation, you know, if I'm wearing any makeup, it's lipstick. Yeah, I do have that on, but that's it. And I don't know, what else did you assume? Hey Eric, how you doing, baby? How did the hot air balloon event go today? I thought about you earlier. Was wondering. You know, Eric, Slippery Poodle thinks I'm being rude, baby, because they came in here and assumed I was wearing, said the comment about wearing makeup before bed, and yeah, I'm not. But then he saying that back in his day, I guess hairspray was considered makeup, and yeah, I don't have any hairspray in my hair either, so I'm confused. I'm completely confused. When people do that, it's a really a reflection of them. And yeah, it is, Andre. And that's how I see it. It's like you got to spend your time taking digs at other people. You think that people are foolish. Not foolish, but it's a reflection of them. It's like they're threatened because I'm on here and they don't like it. And they can't get rid of me no matter how much they try. You know, that kind of thing. Sounds like a bunch of hogwash. Yeah, baby, I think so. He said I was being rude. No, I wasn't being rude. I was clearing the air and making it correct. I was just correcting him. People don't like to be corrected, I guess. You shouldn't assume anything. It's like I said, like all the people that want to come in here. Of course, it hasn't happened in a while, but who want to assume what my ethnicity is? And I just think that's rude in itself. Or to even be so concerned about what my ethnicity is when I'm just a human being like you and everyone else. But, you know, they all think they're right until they're shocked when I tell them they're wrong. so, so if me, you know, let's see, if me standing up for myself and speaking my truth is rude to anyone, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I was raised to speak my mind and stand up for myself. Oh, thank you, Val. Does my lipstick leave a mark? I don't know. I'm sure it does. I don't know what kind of mark you're talking about, but Does my lipstick come off when I eat and I use a napkin? Yes. If that's what you're asking. Now, if you're trying to go down a different road with that, well, we're gonna have a problem because then my mod's really gonna kick you out. I think you're gonna be pushing your limits here, Slippery Poodle, especially with that name. Cigarette wine glass, huh? You're not making any sense to me, Slippery Poodle. And I think it's time for you to go bye-bye. So, Slippery Poodle, it was nice for the, little bit of chit-chat we have, but, it's time for you to go. Have a good night. See you, bye. Hi, the Corzo family. How you doing, baby? Thank you, Eric. Yeah, he was slipping. It was going to another place that I already saw. It's like, no, you don't. Oh, and he would have been one of the ones that would love me to pull out my erotic deck that I have. It's like I said last night, like, I could see all these perverts and suddenly you wanting to get readings from me just to hear me talk dirty. Because some of these cards, like, the one I have right now is like the PG version, but the one that's not here yet, that's coming, is very, very spicy, so... He was slipping, though. Hi, Sergeant Curtis. How you doing, baby? The Corzo family, what the? I have an erotic deck. Let's see. I got this for my love readings. For those who are curious or want to improve that part of their relationship, too. So, I think it's this one. Yep, it's this one. This is the PG version. This is more like the mental and the emotional side of it. Most of these cards I can't show y'all because, they're, yeah, there's some nudity in them. But, let me find one that's PG for you and give you an example. Okay. I mean, you can't, the image is blurry, but she looks covered. Like, here's one. It says The Proposal. A very tempting sexual proposal, sexual innuendos in hopes to hook, silent sexual invitation to a sex encounter, okay? So this is one of those decks that's the mental and the emotional part of a relationship. It's where the other two decks that aren't here yet, but should be here within another week or so, are more about the physical sides of things, and it's very graphic to the point of it's talking about different scenarios and positions, like, and I'll just leave it like that. So what helped you was no porn. Hey, that helps, baby. Oh, we got two Erics in here. Now I'm confused. Is someone trying to mimic you, Eric? As in my mod. But yeah. So I got these decks because I just thought, well, for some of the love relationships out there that we all know exist, where some people think that, well, because someone was unfaithful, it has something to do with that. That's always the first assumption. So, and some of those, people will stay with that person, even though they may have been unfaithful. And so I figure it can help with that component of it, too, if need be. I mean, I do have a love triangle deck as well. That's like a third party type deck. So, evil twin. It's your twin, baby. Yeah, it must be. You came for advice? Okay. Well, Eric, if you want a reading, sweetheart, The info's in the pinned comment in the chat, honey. So yeah, I mean, I got all kinds of love oracle decks that I invested in that would help, because I know one of the main reasons people will come or get readings is for love. So love and money is the second one. You know, Eric, as in Eric number 2. That's up to you, Eric, if you want to date or not. Only you can decide that. If you want a reading on it, then, you know, you would have to send me a donation to do a reading. So, that choice up to you. But anyhow, well, I don't know what to tell you, Eric. If you want a love reading, it's $20 US to get a mini reading from me. If you want more in depth, which can take about an hour for me to do, it's $40 US. The choice is yours. But yeah, several people in here, they've gotten readings from me. They can tell you I'm the real deal. In fact, one of my mods will tell you I'm so good it's uncanny. It scares them how right I end up being. If Eternal's still here and wants to say anything, he could tell you. Oh, well, you know what? Then it's time for you to go, Eric. Mrs. Trippy Troppy. What a name. I mean, you know, Eric, you hurt my feelings. Yeah, not even close. See you, bye. No face guitarist, you know. You come in here and, you know, judge people. You act like people in here haven't already done that. So, you know, I guess you forgot one of the main principles that Jesus teaches, which is not to judge people. You're supposed to love people unconditionally. So, you must have missed that part in church. See you, bye. That Eric was Mr. Slippy. You're probably right. He didn't like me because I bounced him. Oh, and I was so rude to him. This is going to be one of them nights. I got to say, it's going to be one of them trippy nights. Probably right, Val. He don't know what to do with me. He wouldn't know what to do. That's why he asked about my lipstick, if it leaves a mark. Yeah. He would really like to find that out. Ah, sucks to be him. He'll never be that lucky. And I'll never be that desperate. So. I know, Eric. I don't either. Well, you know. Eric's sidekick, we don't have time for the nonsense either. So, see you, bye. You've been up for 21 hours. I'm sorry, baby. I was up, and then I fell asleep when I went laid in my bed for a minute. I wasn't trying to fall asleep, but I did. And I slept longer than I had anticipated on sleeping, but... So, alright. I was going to do this before all the interruptions, so let me get back to this. I was going to do a quick general collective here. No face guitarist, time for you to go. See you, bye. You know, no-face guitarist, it's none of your business what I do. But you know, see, obviously y'all don't pay attention either to people. Because if you were to look at the screen, actually look, you would have your answer. Because it's around my neck, silly. So open your eyes. That's what Jesus wants you to do too. So, see you bye. And you're not coming in here to preach, okay? Because, you know, you step on other people's religious beliefs, and I just have a problem with that, truthfully. It's not up to you to judge because let's be honest. Nobody died today and made you God. And that's a fact. And if you think you're not stepping on other people's religious beliefs, well, you see, it's my channel. And I know my subscribers. And they don't believe as you do. So, and I have a problem with that. So, it's time for you to get lost. See you, bye. Bye-bye. Go preach elsewhere. I mean, you know, no-face guitarist, like I said, if you looked in your screen, you would clearly see this. See? I am saved. But of course, it's not about me. This is about my subscribers. And see, they have different beliefs. And you see, and that's the other thing about Jesus, his principles, you know. You're supposed to love everybody. Even the ones who don't agree the same as you do, who don't believe the same way. You're still supposed to love them unconditionally. Just the same as you're also supposed to love your enemy. Which means, even if your enemy wanting to stab you in the back, the teachings in the Bible also says you're supposed to like offer your table, offer a seat at your table, and break bread with your enemy. See, so if you think I don't know Jesus, you're wrong, because I do. And, you know, Jesus works through me, so take care. Exactly, Andre. That's exactly it. Well, you know what's funny about it, too? And this is something one of my fellow tarot readers that I highly love and respect had said this like a week ago. Talking about, you know, when you even read the Bible, and you think of like some of the practices in the Bible or like what you see churches do, like the Catholic Church, you know, how they offer wine and bread. Isn't that not like a ritual? But people are so dead set against people, you know, practicing spells. I mean, I'm not saying I do it. I'm just saying those are like type different rituals that you can also kind of bend the rules and fall into something along those lines. A prayer in its sense is almost like casting a spell just using words. So, but everybody else wants to throw knives at me because of what I do and then call me evil or the devil. Yeah, okay. Make that make sense. That is true too, Eric. And I agree with that, baby. I do. I'm just simply stating what the Bible says, you know, because, you know, since he seems to think that I don't know Jesus or what the Bible says, I do know it says things like that. So I'm not saying people should. You know, that's everyone else's choice. It's not up to me to judge. But, you know, like Andre's right. Everybody tries to use Jesus as a reason or excuse to judge others, especially when you come into someone else's house. And let's put it into this mindset. Like coming to my channel is like coming into my home. How dare you come into my home and disrespect me in my home? No. And you were uninvited as well. And nobody invited you to come here and preach to people. But nobody thinks of it in that way, so. You know, and I understand that, Sergeant Curtis. You know, you can say and be respectful, baby. It's just interesting, though, how some people, you know, do that. But anyhow. Yes, he did. You're right, Val. He did. Well, not only that, I mean, It's like my friend was saying, when you stop and think, for anyone who's, read the Bible, been into a Christian church, like it talks about how like Jesus went through and healed the sick, right? He was able to heal a blind man. Or he went through and what's the other things he did? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. But it was things like that, healing the sick, restoring the sight to a man who was blind. It was things like that. And what did he do? I mean, it was like a prayer, yes, but you can even look at what Jesus was doing was like casting a spell, practicing a ritual. But nobody wants to look at it that way. So, very true too, Andre. They do, baby. I'm a lover. I love everybody. And it doesn't matter to me what your religious beliefs are. I love and accept everybody because that's what I was taught, to love unconditionally. And, as I'd say to everybody, as long as your religious beliefs, as long as it doesn't hurt others, I have no problem with it. Yes, Sergeant Curtis, you're right. They do. A lot of the, and I'm not trying to bash anyone, but, the truth is the truth, though. A lot of Christian church, a lot of, deeply devout religious people, that's all they do is judge people left and right. And I just think that's the biggest hypocrite among us all. You're trying to act like you're so pure. It's like, my brother had told me to watch a movie, and I did watch it about, what, 2 months ago, maybe? It's probably about 2 months now, called The Shack. And it was an interesting movie, and it hit home for me. But a lot of it was already things I believed even before I watched that movie. That was exactly saying this. How are you going to judge other people? Because in this movie, I won't get into what the storyline is. All I can tell you is there was one part in this movie where the guy was asked to judge his own children. Like, because he was going around judging other people who, yeah, were bad people. Yes, we would all say they were bad, like murderers, rapists, child molesters, that kind of thing, right? So, but they said, okay, if you think like that person should go to hell, how about now you judge your own children? So, out of your two children, which one should go to hell? Which one should go to heaven? And he sat there and said, I can't do that. They're innocent, they're pure. Well, what's the difference from that person and that person? Because once upon a time, they were children, they were innocent, and unfortunately, there are certain circumstances that may have turned them bad, yes. And not saying that, God or Jesus condones evil, because they don't, or bad people, but, you know, you can't cure all the evil acts in the world, but all you can do is create a blessing, a miracle out of it, and make something better come of it, the aftermath of it all. And I think that guy learned. He finally understood. It's like, yeah, you're right. So in that story, it's like, it's the same thing. How are you going to judge? Oh, you're pure. Your family's pure because you know them, but people you don't know, because they do something that goes against your beliefs, they're bad people and they should go to hell. Got it. Because it's like I had a pastor come into my house when I was a child and sit down and talk to my mama. And flat out told my mama, if she didn't go to church, she was going straight to hell. Yeah, I can't tell you how fast my mama told him and chewed him out, told him get out of her house. Just for that. So, it's always interesting. Yeah, and Mary Magdalene was like a prostitute, right? But he, like what Val said, he hung around with prostitutes. Hi, yeah, hi, Elmo. We were just having a conversation because someone else wanted to come here and act like they're Jesus and God to judge the rest of us in here. Yeah, eternal light. Well, not all of us agree with that part, baby. But, oh, is it the Eric guy? Well, Elmo, you just keep coming up with all these different names. I don't know, eternal. Let's see. Let's see how he wants to act for a minute. Because, if he wants to act full, then we'll just bounce him again. Oh, really, Sergeant Curtis? I didn't know that. You think it's him too, Eric? Well, hey. I gave y'all the power, so y'all make that decision. Bounce him if y'all believe. Slippery elmo. Oh, my goodness. That's funny. So, anyhow. All right, let me get back to this. Past, present, future. Let me do a quick collective reading for y'all. Let me find the right deck I want to use first. I don't want to use this deck. It's not speaking to me. Which deck, Spirit? Actually, I haven't used this one in a while. Ooh, I gotta pull it out. That didn't even sound right. Way to go, Amanda. Just drop your cards everywhere. Why don't you? Oh. Or those cards. Wait, how did that card end up there? I was missing a card. Must have got stuck. Let's see. I know I won't be using that deck for this, but or someone need a reading and then I need to pull from it. Let's see. Where's my other deck that this goes to real quick? Put this card back where it belongs. One of these days, y'all be able to see my desk. I'm gonna hopefully figure out a way to set that up so y'all can see the stacks of all the different decks I have. They're usually not piled up on my desk. It's just because I had it all set up so I could do my Zodiac Love readings. Where did that deck go? That's not it. This, I don't know where this goes. That can go there. That can go there. I don't even see it. Is it this one? Yep. Found it. Okay. All this stuff back. All right, beautiful people. All right, beautiful people. Let's see. Real quickly. Gosh, I forgot how big this deck is. This is one of my spirit animal tarots. I haven't used it in a long time. All right, spirit. All right. Spirit, show me. For the collective, recent past. Show me, Spirit, recent past. I actually want to use one of my other decks, but I'll do that later. Alright, present, Spirit. Well, what are y'all all excited about? Alright, show me future, Spirit. Well, y'all got opportunity coming towards you. Y'all been very giving of yourself. I feel like some of y'all been giving to others and receiving. You know, you could take like working a job for an example. You give work and they pay you a paycheck. But this is more than that. Let me see. I had another deck I was thinking of using. Where'd it go? And I'll probably bury that deck too. I'll use this one. Alright, Spirit. No, Spirit said this one. Alright. Let's see. Clarify, Spirit. Show me. Alright. Clarify, Spirit. Yeah, in the recent past, y'all been very abundant. You know, this is a lot of feminine energy, but it also feels like this is like your creative side. And this is also monetary, material. And I even get the feeling like for some of y'all, you haven't had much to give, but what you're willing to give, you've given of yourself. And I feel like Divine's recognizing that. So there's something in your present energy y'all are excited about. Either this is a person or a situation. Could even be like a job. It could be like a house. It could be a relationship. Spirit, clarify. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, working together with someone. 33 might be important to someone. I have Three of Pentacles. I feel like for some of y'all, there's something you were really excited about. Okay, even though you were over here. Six of Pentacles with the Empress. Very abundant. Being generous of yourself to others. Giving of yourself. Even if you didn't have something like a monetary to give someone, but maybe you gave more of your time, ideas, creativity, even just a simple chat to help motivate someone. That's giving of yourself. And that's being in your feminine energy. But in present, even though there's something here, Spirit showing me you're excited about, and I feel like for someone, this is a relationship. You're starting to spaz, really, Spirit. Spirit used the word spaz, okay? Some of y'all starting to spaz out here. Three of Wands is that excitement. And it's funny, even the turtle's on here. It's excitement. You're excited about an idea or relationship. And it's something that you should really look into making long-term plans on. But then I have Three of Pentacles. The problem is Three of Pentacles is in reverse. So it's like at one point in time, I felt like you were excited. You were very enthusiastic about this idea, this person, this relationship, maybe even this job. But now for some reason, something's come in and taken your motivation out of it. You're not as excited about it as you once was. Because although I have Three of Pentacles here, which is all about community and working with someone, it can even be like in a professional manner, in a job, but it came in reverse. So you're not seeing, I feel like, the support, the teamwork that you once felt or got from this idea, from this group of people, from this situation. But there's something that's coming in the future that's going to brighten up your day, I feel, in the near future, because I have the Page of Pentacles here. And that's all about using your intelligence, being reliable, having something to look forward to, knowing that you have a wonderful opportunity, and you're ready to go out there and seize the moment when it arrives. So, Spirit, clarify this. Page of Pentacles, please and thank you. Yeah, I have the Sun here. And this might be something that happens within the next month. Okay? Page of Pentacles. This could be about a job. This could be about an education, a promotion. This can also be like being rewarded for something you've done. You know, because you see like this kitty. It's like they're surrounded by books. So it's all about work, career, using your intelligence, your creativity to build something from this. From this opportunity back here, okay? It's going into this. Like, okay, yeah, maybe you haven't been as motivated, but I feel like something's going to change that. Even if it's some creative ideas that you come up with to change the outcome, which will find success and victory in the end. But Spirit wants you to also enjoy yourself while you're focused on this, okay? Because I have the Sun here, but the Sun came out in reverse. So, though it will be successful, just make sure you're enjoying it while you're doing it, or while your focus and your time and attention is on whatever this is that's coming towards you. But I feel growth. I get expansion. I get, I just heard exploration. I get not just excitement, but I feel like soon you will find yourself very ecstatic. Like something that you thought wasn't going to work out, or you thought, was going to happen, like the worst case scenario. I feel something's going to come in, it's going to turn it around, and it's going to surprise you. And I feel like it's going to bring like that sense of relief, that sense of finally, and like, you could feel like the warmth. Um, I almost get like you would wake up with that feeling like it's a beautiful day. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. So it's going to change. So be on the lookout for this. Those of y'all who feel like you've lost your mojo or just don't have it anymore. And don't be surprised if someone from your past returns. And the only reason why I say this is because I have Six of Cups at the bottom, okay? Six of Cups usually is about someone from your past returning, entering back into your life. Most people will say it could be a romantic, like an ex, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a childhood friend. It could be someone you used to work with at an old company years ago that maybe you lost contact with, and suddenly maybe you just bump into them at the store one day while you're out running errands. But someone from your past who you haven't been in contact with is going to reappear. So be on the lookout for that too. And that's what I got for y'all, beautiful people. I'll pull an animal card too. Since I did the spirit animal deck, I should have kept that spirit animal deck while I had it. Hold on. Let me grab that deck. Oh. Let's see what card comes out for y'all. Oh, okay. I could have used one of my other ones, but I do like this deck. Alright, Spirit. Alright, Spirit, stop making me cold now. I'll close. For the collective spirit. What's a message they need to hear right now? Please and thank you. Strongest message, spirit. And y'all don't forget, this month's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, if there's someone you know who has fought breast cancer, who is still alive, reach out to them. Check in on them. Let them know you're thinking about them. I know I've lost a couple people in my life to breast cancer, but thankfully I have one friend who went into remission, thank God. But I know she's, because of it and the chemo, she has a whole list of other health issues she's having to deal with now as a result, but she's still here. And she's still able to live. She has her good days and her bad days, though. But, and look at this. The miracles are endless. What a beautiful message. Miracles are endless. I got the cow. So it says, you are set at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. The cow spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well-being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest. So be generous. The cow spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. Wow, I love that. And that kind of speaks about this right here. Coming. Miracles are always possible, beautiful people. Nothing's impossible. That's what I got for y'all. Is my necklace silver or white gold? It's white gold, baby. I can't wear anything that's less than 14 karat because I have a metal allergy. So all my jewelry is in gold. It's at least 14 karat. I can't even wear like 10 karat over sterling silver or 14 karat over sterling silver. So, hey, off grid. Alright, that's what I got for y'all beautiful people. For a quick general collective reading for y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Let me put this deck back now. Let's see. But yeah, I like white gold. I like white gold better than yellow gold, but I do have some yellow gold too. And I like rose gold a little bit. I got a couple pieces, but I don't really wear them a whole lot. And then one of my rings is, well, it's 18 karat white gold, but the prongs that holds the stones is platinum, because platinum's harder. So, all right, put that back. You're welcome, baby. Why you ask, Sergeant Curtis? It's like the problem with silver is it turns after a while, and I don't know what it is about it, but I break out if I wear it. So like even my watch right here, this is 14 karat gold. This bracelet, this is 18 karat two-tone. Oh, thank you. Which necklace you talking about, baby? I'm wearing 2 necklaces. Talking about my cross or my heart, baby. But both of them are white gold. I got several different necklaces and pendants. I try and switch them around. But I gotta admit, when it comes to my jewelry, I've been a little lazy lately. Well, that's good to hear, off-grid. I'm happy to hear that. I actually need to take some of my pieces at some point and get them re-dipped in, what's that, rhodium they use, I think. That's what makes it white, or white gold look like silver. That's what gives it that color. Oh, yeah. Here. See, here's my cross, and then here's my heart. It's one of my heart necklaces. It's one of my favorite ones I wear. And my cross I sleep in. I never take it off. My heart necklace I will. But my cross I always keep it around my neck. I've had that necklace for what? Man, well over 20 years. But yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I'm short. I know the chat will hide parts of me. But that might be a good thing too, especially for all the perverts out there. You know, keep them guessing, Sergeant Curtis. Because otherwise they probably think I'm sitting over here naked or something. It's like Eternal thought that one time I wore that one outfit, and because it was strapless, he thought I wasn't wearing anything. It was pretty funny. You remember what I'm talking about, Eternal? My, what do they call that, a jumpsuit? I wore that black one. So, and I found me some guacamole dip, protein. So what's on y'all's mind, beautiful people? Or did my chat freeze again? Okay. Yeah, I've heard that over there, Sergeant Curtis, about the Middle East. In fact, I think a lot of their gold is actually more pure gold, but it's very soft, and which is the problem. So, like someone like me, I probably wouldn't be able to like sleep in any of that jewelry because it would, break or get damaged somehow. Because, like, I didn't even know there was such a thing as like 9 carats. And I saw that not that long ago. I'm like, huh? Never heard of 9 carat. But then I learned that it was because it was solid gold. It wasn't like what I have on. Um, and yes, it's very soft. So, like a lot of ladies, they wear those necklaces and earrings and for like festivals and such. Mm-hmm. If I was only wearing gold, like if I just had on like a gold, hoop earrings or something, it wouldn't be an issue. It's all my jewelry that holds stones that I would be really worried and scared to wear with solid pure gold. And now makes me wonder if I would be able to wear any of their jewelry because it's solid gold. Unlike this, it has other metals in it. I don't know. If I ever find one of those types of stores and I guess it's affordable, maybe I'll pick something up just to try and see. You never know. So, but even though like this Curtis, here I'll show you. This is 18 karat two-tone and it has 7 carats of diamonds in it. I've had this bracelet for 21 years. 21 years. And I always wear it. Like when I say I wear it, I sleep in it. And it's still in one piece. So it's held well together. Um, or it'd be like my watch. This is 14 karat gold with diamonds. And it's held well together too. So, um, my ring, let me see if I have it out here. Well, I got several rings, but let me see. Hold on. I got my jewelry case over here, so I can show you. This is the ring I was talking about. It's 18 karat white gold, but the prongs is all platinum that holds the diamonds in there. And I've had this ring about 12, see, 12 years. Um, this is another one. I believe this is, I believe this is also 18. and it's white gold. I mean, it's a thinner band, but um, the prongs are white gold too. It's not a platinum setting like the other one, but even this has held well together. So, and I used to wear those rings all the time. I may occasionally put one on. I wear it on my right hand though, uh, because I love my rings. But considering how long I've had them, they've held well together, which I would expect them to for what they cost. But that just gives you a couple ideas. I got more stuff in there, but thank you, Off Grid. Thank you, Sergeant Curtis. So it just depends, baby. Um, I wish I could wear costume jewelry, but I can't. I remember I tried even wearing a pair of earrings that were, it was either 10 karat or it was 14 karat over sterling silver. And let me tell you something, when my ears turned bright red, they didn't just turn bright red. My ears started getting infected. And my ears had been pierced like years earlier. It's not like my ears were newly pierced. So this was years after the fact. But that's how my body reacts to anything that's less than 14 karat solid. So, oh. And I got some other earrings. Yeah, even I got a pair of earrings. Here, I'll show you, Curtis. Kind of about. Some of my earrings are also in 18 karat. Ooh, that would not have been good. Almost dropped my whole jewelry case. It's my traveling case. Here's one of my earrings. And this is also 18 karat white gold. So, and I've had these earrings 15 years, I'll say. Maybe a little bit longer than that. But they've held well together too. And they have omega backs. So like to wear jewelry like this, that pure gold and out there in the Middle East, I wouldn't be able to wear it just because of all the stuff I have. I know it wouldn't last. I would probably lose the stones and that would scare and freak me out. But I know most of them, though, they don't wear like stones in their stuff. It's mostly just the gold. So it makes sense why they do it that way. But all mine have diamonds in them. So how long ago did you go to Saudi Arabia, Sergeant Curtis? It would have been cool to bring some gold back from there. I'm sure you had to pay for it too. Well, what do you know? Look what the cat dragged in. Hey, 808, how you doing, baby? It's good to see you, baby. It's been a while. How you been? How you feeling? I'm happy you stopped in to see me. I'm good. Just busy. Working. You know, still building my channel, and I started my Patreon membership last month, so you used to have an 808 area code. 808's California, right? Or am I confusing it with 818? That's interesting. Am I confusing it with something different? I don't know why. I could have sworn even I had an 808 area code when I lived in California. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, is it? Maybe I'm confusing it with 818 then. It was either 808 or 818 when I lived in California. Anyhow, that's good. You're keeping busy, baby. So are you fully healed from your surgery and everything's working better now? I'm hoping so. Ooh, isn't she sexy? Look at that. That's from my my love triangle deck. Oh, did they off grid? That wouldn't surprise me. Okay, 808's Hawaii. So maybe it was 818. It has to be 818 then. Let me see. Now I need to know. I'm just curious. Because I'm over here looking like a bloody fool now. Oh, doggone it. 818. Yeah. So it was 818. It's showing me it's LA, California. So that's what I thought. In fact, I still remember my phone number when I lived in California when I was a kid. Like back in elementary school. I still remember it. Pretty wild. Yeah, I could believe it off grid. I mean, I know they added some since I was there last, but I'd have to look through my phone, look at some of my family's numbers. But they're all spread out too. Hi, Sonia. How you doing, beautiful soul? It still hurts, but you get used to it. Gotta keep going. That's right, baby. You got to. You know, 808, it's one of those things, baby. It's like what I was told back when I had my back surgery. And, even though my surgeon was a little arrogant, we'll say, as many doctors are, but he told me, he said, no matter what he did, I would never be 100% again. That would be impossible. Um, he always told me, and he was straight up before he did surgery, he was like, I can get you probably to about 80%, maybe 85, but you'll never get to 100 again. That's what he told me. And he was right. And I understood that. But you know what? 80, 85% was better than where I was at. So I was willing to take that risk. But I understand, baby, because I think it's the same thing with my shoulder. And I'm a little concerned to pick up a bowling ball again because I'm afraid I'm going to tear it. I don't know. It's one of those things, and I even thought about this a couple weeks ago because I wanted to go to the bowling alley so badly. But will I be able to bowl like I used to? Not meaning will I be able to score like I did before. I know I still can because I did it. However, I'm a power thrower. Like, I throw 11-pound ball, but I don't just, it's not just like me slowly walking up to the lane and throwing the ball. I mean, I pretty much run up there and that thing goes flying. Like one of the guys that worked in the pro shop watched me and he described it as like me bowling like a slingshot. I'm a power thrower. And he always teased me and said he was gonna add some weights onto my bowling shoes to help slow me down. It's like, well, I learned though, and I still throw that bowling ball. May not seem like much, but it's a lot. And that's why my arms will get so big. To the point like I can't wear long sleeve shirts after I start bowling because my biceps, my arms, the muscles just to bend my arm. Yeah, those long sleeve shirts end up being too tight. They cut my circulation. So yeah, I'm trying to decide now if I can actually go out there and throw it that way consistently without tearing my shoulder again. And I haven't tried the pull haul yet, but I'm going to here soon. Um, I'm hoping at least I have enough strength in my arm that I can actually break a pull rack. Because before I didn't have it, I'd lost some of my strength. And I remembered I would get that sharp pins and needles down my arm. And I could even feel it sometimes go down through my wrist and into my hand. Like I could feel some of the weakness had left like right in the center of my hand, like in my fingers too. And I know sometimes I have to pop my wrist. And I had that checked. They said everything was fine. It's not like I have carpal tunnel or anything, but who knows? Um, and the other thing I also noticed before I had my rotator cuff repair surgery, trying to go down to like the shooting range and shoot my pistol, I didn't have as much strength in my hand to, pull the trigger and fire it. So I knew I had to have my shoulder fixed if I wanted to do any of those things again. But I can tell I have more of my strength back than I did before, because before, doing something so simple that you would not think would be an issue, but was an issue. Like, I remember one time right before I had my surgery, I was trying to cook. In fact, I made spaghetti. I was trying to make my daddy's spaghetti sauce and just stirring the saucepan. I couldn't do it. I had to hold my arm like this and do it this way and hold my shoulder in place. I couldn't do it naturally like this right now that my shoulder's fixed. And it's so wild to me. It's like you don't realize how much you use something until you don't have it to use anymore. But I get it, baby. It'll get better. You just got to keep working it, baby. And I get it's not easy. But if you stop using it, that's when the muscles will get weak. And that's when that scar tissue will build up from surgery, and you don't want that. Maybe it's the age thing. I mean, age could always play a role in it too, baby. I mean, for me, I'm sure. Are you serious, Sergeant Curtis? They are having a bowling a town over. They are going to have naked bowling night, and the money from the tickets go to a charity. Now that's funny, baby. That's too funny. Hey, I mean, I would like to know what charity it's going to, but hey, guys be going there and buying tickets. If there's women in there, oh, it'll be a packed house, baby. That will be very interesting. I wonder, though, how many people truly are going to go in there bowling naked? Like, you know, I think people would still come to support it, but I think they'd be wearing their clothes. At minimum, maybe the ladies might strip down in their, like, bikini, maybe, but hey, I don't know. That's funny. It's funny. It might be scary at the same time. I'd agree. Yeah, baby, I couldn't do that. Not even for a charity tournament. I could not do it. I, okay, I'll show up to support the event, But no, I'm not stripping down naked for it. I don't even know if I'd even be able to bowl in my swimsuit. That'd be interesting. I mean, it's like when I go bowling because, you know, I'm a power thrower, so I sweat a lot when I bowl. Even in the freezing cold, in the frigid cold winters, when I bowled, I'd still walk in there with my shorts, like the shorts I'm wearing right now. I'd wear these exact shorts, go bowling in, because I would sweat. So I would even wear like something at the top, like what I have on right now, or it might even be a strapless top. Um, and I have a couple of towels in my bowling bag that I pull out. It's to wipe the oil off my bowling ball, but one of them I put to the side specifically just to wipe my face off because my nose would get sweaty and I can't stand that. So that's interesting. Midnight Crow, sweetheart, I could pull a couple of cards for you for $5. If you want more cards, it would be like 20, sweetheart. But you would have to send it to my Venmo, Zelle, or my PayPal. But I'll be happy to do one because I got plenty of love oracle decks. When I say I got plenty, I got plenty. That covers everything. And tarot decks. So it's nice to see you, Midnight Crow. And I gotta run to the ladies' room. That Red Bull's going right through me again. So, alright. I gotta run to the ladies' room, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me put this guacamole up, too. Before I forget, put this back up as well. No, don't fall over. I'm gonna put some tape over that light switch in the other room where my cats are at. They keep like climbing up there and turning that light back on. Alright. Whoa. Well, hello, Wasamaru. How you doing? What's the matter? You're so funny. What's the matter? Hey, honey. How you doing? I'm happy to see you survived all them coyotes. Okay, Midnight Girl. Sounds good, beautiful. I'm here. I've never seen coyotes up close like that. At least not me in person publicly, but it would be a cool experience. It wouldn't scare me. I'm not scared. Don't ask me why. I should be, but I'm not. I actually, I had a bear. Was it a brown bear or brown or black bear up in Georgia mountains? I was out on the porch one night at my old house, and I could hear rustling out there, in the, to the left of me where I had a deer feeder staying at. And that bear was getting into that deer feeder. And I know it came close to the porch. But I sat out there, didn't let it bother me. They know a good meal, but you just sweet them. And welcome back, Sergeant Curtis. So, I don't get scared of things like that. Don't ask me why. It's like I'm that crazy person that also has held a tarantula. One of my girlfriends in high school had a pet tarantula, and she brought it on the school bus. It was to take to one of her science classes. It must have been show and tell week. I wasn't in her class, but I can only imagine how cool that was. But I got to hold her tarantula a couple times. That was pretty neat. So. But it's good to see you, honey. It'd be cool if I saw any wolves. Because wolves are my spirit animal. At least one of them. I also like hawks, though, too. Oh, off-grid. I'm sure he wouldn't have killed you. I've come close to a few bears out in my yard. I got pictures of them. I just haven't posted them, but I got pictures of them. Spiders are good to kill all the insects, They're good to have around. What's my spirit animals? Wolf, hawk, and the big cats. I have a thing for all the big cats. I like the snow leopards. I like the white tigers. And I like the lions. Well, let's go off grid. Midnight Crow, are you here, sweetheart? So, oh, what's the matter? Why? Why don't you like spiders? You know, I had a couple black widows in my yard last year. They actually both had egg sacs, and I left them alone. They didn't come near me. They stayed where they were at. And at the old house, I found this big huntsman spider that also was carrying an egg sac. And it was just sitting there on the side of my house, right there on the porch where I was sitting. Got a picture of her, too. You're funny, Wasamata. Yeah. I like eagles, too. But I have a thing for hawks. And hawks are always around me, I've noticed. No. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. You know, I'm just not afraid of them. If it bites me, it's my fault, is how I look at it. I can't be mad at it, especially if I'm the one messing with it. So, um, I used to get wolf spiders in my house all the time, at my old house. This house, I really haven't seen any, which has surprised me. I've seen other spiders, like I saw a daddy longlegs not that long ago. But there's a few big spiders, at least there was last week, when I walked inside of my house. These beautiful spiders, they have all these tropical colors, like the greens and the yellows, like neon-like. And I took a picture of one last year and looked it up, and it was from somewhere in Asia. So it must have hitched a ride and got here, but it's beautiful. Oh yeah, I love wolf spiders. And you know, they run in my house, you know, I'll leave them alone. On you know, on occasion when Mr. Potato, because he doesn't like spiders, then he'll call me and say, come get the spider, put it outside. Fine. I'll get the spider and put it out because I don't want, you know, it to get killed. But on that, I leave him alone because in my old house, when I was a kid, we used to get a bunch of daddy long legs that would have big webs too. And my grandparents raised me to respect them and leave them alone because um, part of my family is Buddhist. And so they believe any living thing is a great ancestor of ours in a different life, reincarnated into that spider or bear or whatever. So I've learned to love and respect them and appreciate them. Oh, those are cool. Praying mantises are pretty cool. I knew somebody who kept one. Oh, I love snakes too. You know, my favorite part of the zoo when I was a kid, besides seeing the, you know, the big cats and the bears, I always had to go to the reptile exhibit. Always. I always begged my family, let me go look at the big snake. And I wanted to see that huge snake in the big, huge exhibit. That probably would have, you know, killed me, but I loved it. Oh, I love Arachnophobia. That's one of my favorite movies. I haven't watched it in a long time. Ah, here we go again. Hey, Yaki, you know what? I didn't know that, you know, that Jesus teaches people to disrespect people and other people's homes. And let's get one thing straight. You're on my channel. This is my home. I didn't invite you here, nor did I ask you to preach. So, and you're also stepping on other people's religious freedoms, which I have a problem with. So, it's time for you to get lost. It's so funny. Yaki, you keep yakking. Yeah, I guess you never stop to think about that Bible has a bunch of rituals. But yet, you know, I'm not a witch and I don't practice witchcraft and all that. But, you know, God does work through me. Let's get that straight. See, because you came here and judged me, but you also judged the people in here, which I don't appreciate. That's very disrespectful to disrespect someone in someone else's home. Okay. Oh, and see, you didn't pay close enough attention to see there's a cross around my neck either. So, oh, and let's see. Nobody died and made you God today either, to judge others. I mean, after all, one of Jesus' main principles is not to judge others. You're supposed to love people unconditionally, no matter what they do, no matter whether you agree with them or not. After all, the Bible does say you're supposed to allow your enemy to sit at your dinner table and break bread with him or her. So, try me another day. It's free on Tubi. I don't think I have that, Sergeant Curtis, but baby, I don't look at movies. I don't ever get a chance, really. It seems like my TV more and more has become YouTube. So, crazy people. Hi, Misty. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I don't like it when people do that. It's like nobody asked you to be here. And no, you don't have to like what I do. So why are you here? And be coming here trying to tell me they're spreading the word of God and all this and that. No, you're not. You're judging people. And that's the one thing Jesus said not to do. But hey, you know, bunch of hypocrites. Hi, Misty. How you doing? It's great. I'll have to look it up, Sergeant Curtis, if I think of it, baby. I'm sure if I did a search on there, I'm sure I could probably find it. I mean, I know I do have premium, whatever that is for YouTube. I know there's some movies on there that are free to watch. So I'll have to look, see if that's one of them. I know, right, Misty? Apparently, I mean, why is he up at this hour? I mean, after all, you know, depending on what part of the world you live on, but, you know, it is 3 a.m. for me, and that's the witching hour, so I guess the devil was keeping him up too, huh? Oh, I told y'all I'm going to be in one of those moods tonight, be a little fiery. Never know what's going to come out of my mouth next. But that's also what people like to do, is disrupt other people's peace. It's like, did you not realize how peaceful it was before you came in here? I mean, God did talk about spreading peace and love to the world too, so. I know. Yeah, what's the matter? It's been mine too, baby, because I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in what? Probably 4 years now. And it's just, it's not worth it. I'm not a TV person like that. But I do think YouTube's good for some of the interesting history stuff on there, or things having to do with like science stuff. I do like it for that. And I do like it even for this. If it wasn't for it, I wouldn't be here. Too many free channels now. Yeah. I mean, well, that's how I watched that movie, The Shack. Is I just did a search in YouTube. And I found it where it was, you could watch it for free. So. All right, Sergeant Curtis. Well, thank you for being here, baby. It's always good to see you, honey. Yeah, it's 3:18 right now. So take a nap, baby. I'll see you later. Yeah, Misty. With their Prime membership, doesn't that come with free stuff too? Because I do have Amazon Prime. Um, but I never get a chance to go through and search it and look it up. So I guess that's another option I could search for it on. Oh, Sergeant Curtis, thank you for hanging out, baby. I always enjoy your energy, baby. It's always so good to see you. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, they do have a lot of audio books. You're right. And I do get something, I email all the time about I have so many points and I don't even go look at it. Hi, Diane. How you doing, beautiful? It's good to see you, sweetheart. You know, Diane, you should watch something. Well, I don't know if you'll be okay with going to watch it. It's interesting, though. We'll just say that someone else out there that thinks they're, you know, I don't know, some type of vampire, we'll say. Yeah, they're very threatened about me being out here. So they think they're slick and they're not. Making fun of me is what they were doing. And I laughed. I laughed my butt off. It's like, you're so ridiculous. A lot of things going on offline, though. It's interesting you say that, Diane, because something else happened recently that I wanted to talk to you and Majestic about, but I tried calling Majestic the other day, but she had something come up, so we didn't get a chance to chat, but you and I are going to have chat privately. Here, let me send something to you. It's just been very interesting lately, we'll say. Oh. What kind of cards? What's the matter? I use tarot, Lenormand, Kipper, and Oracle. I don't know if you know what those are. I'm a tarot reader, though. An intuitive tarot reader. That's what I do. People say I'm good. I'm accurate. So that's how Steve, he dropped up on my channel one day. He enjoys listening to me is what he said. Especially at night when he's working. So maybe he's listening to me right now if he's working. I don't know. No, I really don't read on zodiacs. I mean, on my Patreon I do, but I'm more so read on energy. So, you just, if there's a question you have. So let's just say, for an example, you were curious about your relationship with your significant other. So, and I just, ask my, spirit guides to guide me, and they bring forward the messages and turn over certain cards, you know, using me as the mediator between to give you your answer. Is that right off grid? I'm not just good, I'm just damn good. Well, thank you. That's pretty cool, baby. Well, I appreciate the compliment. So yeah, that's how I read what's the matter. Some people come to me and just want guidance. They don't have a particular question, just they just want to hear what spirit has to say to them. I've had that, but I do all different kinds. Relationships seems to be the biggest one, but people will come to me for their own spiritual growth, personal growth. Like some people call it a shadow reading, which is pretty much the darker sides of us that we don't like the world to see but exist. To kind of bring peace to it, to bring it out to the light, to use it in our favor. And then I do have money and career decks too. That explains, yeah. Well, the only reason why I'm aware of her, Diane, is because um, I came across it one day, one night, when I was doing something. I might have been on someone else's channel, and I saw it. The channel had popped up on my um, the main page, like this is for you, something you might like, that kind of thing. And I heard a lot of other people talk about that person too, so it had my curiosity. But yeah, interesting, we'll say. But the other part had my wheels spinning because I'm just like, do you know how many people that could be? It could be someone I don't even know, and um, gave me a suggestion how to find out. It's like, I don't know if I can do that, but it's interesting. Yeah, I get it. What's the matter? Yeah, I do paid readings, baby. Um, you know, Diana, you know this, beautiful. There's so many people out there who are threatened by people like you and I. And they don't like it when they see us out here because it takes away from them. Especially when you have someone who, we'll just say, and I'm trying to be respectful in this way, who is really out there trying to show skin to get attention, right? And that's the way this person appears, wearing a bra and stuff, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, could you just imagine if I came on here and wearing just a bra, and maybe something a see-through top, I'd probably shut YouTube down. But I don't have to do that. Why? Because I'm the real deal. Because I'm not trying to use that as a distraction from reading cards. But it's almost like that's what they do. And it's like they need that kind of attention, validation. They need guys, lusting and blah, blah, blah. And it's whatever. Exactly. I try and stay in my bubble too. But I know that person watches me too. Someone told me that another time that they had brought me up. It's like, well, that's very interesting. But yeah, whatever. I know you're threatened by me. So sad. It's like someone said that's a reflection of themselves, but you know, whatever floats their boat makes them feel better and sleep at night. Beautiful, you know I would never do that, but you understand what I'm saying. If I dared to come on here one night and dress in just like we'll even just say if I put on my swimsuit, like if I put on a bikini and red cards, yeah, it would be something else. It'd be a whole different conversation, we'll say. So, but it's like, yeah, I don't need to do that for attention or distraction from reading cards and all that good stuff. It's just funny though that there's others out there that do that. It's like, what are you really trying to do? You trying to sell something or are you trying to sell readings? Which one is it? And you and I both know, just like others would know, they're trying to sell something else. So, and it's like I said last night, I said there's a difference between class and trash. See, I'm classy and I'm the real deal. I don't need to dress like trash just to try and, get people to throw money my way or anything. It's interesting, we'll say. So, if you were to ever come across it beautiful, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, because there's other things they do that speaks to it too. They're trying to get that attention. They'll even do a 360 for you. I can't make it up, beautiful. Eternal and all them could tell you. I can't make it up. It's interesting. Yes, what's the matter? It is a complete reflection of them, baby. You got that right. For a super chat. I mean, I don't know. I don't watch it enough. I've only come across it once or twice, but they definitely like to watch me. To make fun of me. Think I'm not the real deal. It's like someone had said, that person ain't speaking to the divine. No, you're connected to the divine. That person's not. Yeah, well, that's the difference between them and me. You'll stay in your bubble. I understand, beautiful. It's good to see you. I try and come on when you're on, when I'm awake. I don't always make it, but I do try. If I see you, if I get the notification. No, some of those notifications, I had to go in and start checking them off because it was driving me nuts. Trying to look at something, and then all of a sudden I get all these notifications back to back, and I'm like, no. So I try to only, have it for the people that I would, okay. I'm glad to be interrupted or distracted, and I'll go, like, to your channel, for an example. Very true, what's the matter, but they do. And I guess they think after they watch me for a little bit, they know everything about me. Or they even know half of who I am, and they don't. They don't even come close. Like, thinking I don't have any skills. It's like, yeah, they don't want me to do a reading on them, and I'll show them my skills. And then they would run from me. That's possible too, off grid. I mean, if I really want to be that way, I could probably, get a lot more people. But the fact that I've only been on here a little over a year and I dress, at least y'all say I dress classy. And I read cards. And I have the subscribership that I have. I think that speaks for itself. You know, I didn't have to get down in my bra and undies or anything like that to do it and so forth. So, and yeah, I know the notifications have been glitchy because even someone told me yesterday they didn't get my notification when I came on. So, it's always something with YouTube. What are you gonna do? You got to be thankful they exist because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here right now. But there's some things that they could, work on and improve, we'll say. So how's your Saturday going? Whew, it got cold all of a sudden. I'm going to have to put my sweater on. I put on pink to, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here in the U.S., it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And because a couple of my relatives passed away from breast cancer. So, it completely slipped my mind. And then somebody had mentioned it yesterday. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. I jumped over a complete month and went right into November for Thanksgiving. So, off grid, I mean, yeah, I understand that too. I do. But does someone really have to sell their body like that though? Or someone has to see someone's naked body to feel connected? I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. Because I definitely don't need someone to like me for my looks. I know that much. Or look at me in a, how do I put this? In more of a provocative sexual way. I don't need that. They can go elsewhere. Though some come in here and try, but I hear you, Diane. I would be too. I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, what's the matter? I'm sure mine is too. I'm careful about what I say because I understand that. Nope, they don't need to. See, off grid, that's what I mean. Like, there's I guess, there's other platforms for that. I mean, people always talk about OnlyFans. I would think they would want to go there, but what do I know? So, but yeah, I get it. Well, Diane, I mean, I did get an erotic deck, but it's not one this one is PG rated. And I thought I could add it to my love readings. It's more about the mental and the emotional component of it. Some of the cards I would never be able to show, but some of them are covered. So, and let's face it, that's human nature and, that's part of a romantic relationship. But those would be like for private readings for the obvious reasons. And because I still have that one deck, and even that angel deck I have, that one angel deck I have, the angels are naked, which I still don't understand why they did that. So it'd be for like one of those. Yeah, what's the matter? I understand that. And that's what Steve does too. And I think it's good that y'all do that because I know there's some bad cops out there. In fact, some years ago, I want to say it was about what, five? No, it was right after COVID. So we'll say 2021. Um, I had went up to the gas station um to get something. And when I was leaving, I didn't even know there was a cop right behind me. Said that I did an illegal turn, meaning I didn't turn on my turning signal, which I know I did. I always use my turning signal faithfully. It's habit. It's like muscle memory, right? But it's like, whatever. So they pulled me over and they asked for my driver's license and I think they asked for my registration. Never asked for my insurance. Only asked for like my driver's license and the registration. And then I noticed a couple more cops pull up behind him. And the cop looks at me as I'm sitting in the car and I'm by myself and tells me, get out of the car. Okay, well, I haven't done anything wrong. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on here, right? Nonetheless, I also had a wheelchair in the trunk of my car. And I drive a Z28 Camaro. And the person I married at the time had back surgery, so I had the wheelchair for them. And um, I get out of the car, and then he proceeds to ask me if I had drugs on me. I looked at him crazy. I said, "What? What are you talking about? No, I don't have no drugs on me. I just came up here to grab. What did I grab? I think I grabbed a lottery ticket and something else is what I grabbed." And he's like, "Well, we think we saw drugs on you. We think we saw you exchange money for drugs in the parking lot." And they saw this guy on the bicycle who was riding his bike and came right in front of my car. And I did see the guy on the bicycle, but we never talked. It's like, what are you talking about? No, I don't have any drugs. And I said, if you don't believe me, you can search my freaking car. So they did. They searched me and they searched my car because what they were going to do is they were going to call the canine unit to come out. And it's like, no, I need to get home. But I could not wait for the canine unit to get there. And I didn't know how long it would take. It's like, I haven't done anything. Knock yourself out. And they did. There was three of them. Went in there searching my entire car. Except for my trunk. They never opened the trunk. But they searched the front and they searched the back. And then they searched me. They didn't find nothing. It's like, you idiot. See? So, and I don't know what made them think that I was doing that. And so Mr. Potato said to me, he's like, well, maybe they thought you were a drug dealer because of all your jewelry. And I just looked at him crazy. It's like, I don't have any of my jewelry on. Except for I had my necklace on, my watch, my bracelet, things that I sleep in. That was the only thing I was wearing. I didn't have all my rings on. I got some big diamond rings and such, right? So it's like if it was that, I would understand if I had all my jewelry on, but I didn't. And I was dressed in jeans and I was wearing a camouflage hoodie because it was cold. So, and because I've been at the house, taking care of him, I wasn't really going anywhere, and I was only going 5 minutes down the road to the gas station and this happened. So, made them look like idiots though. So, yeah, I understand. Yeah, Diane, I saw that too, honey. I heard some people got strikes against their channel. They got suspended for showing naked cards. So it's like I know better not to show it. It's like I even gotta watch myself with like the star card and the lover's card, as you know, because they're naked. So I know I can't ever show those. So sure, what's the matter? I understand that, baby, but you see, you got to understand the position I was in at the time. And everybody else told me the same thing. You shouldn't have allowed them to search your car because you never know. But like I told the cops, I need to get home. I have somebody that's at home who just had back surgery and they can't walk. So I just came here to get something real quick and I need to get back home. So I was trying to get it the stop over and done with as quickly as possible so they would let me go. And I think, and it did cross my mind that you said that because it did cross my mind. It's like, and I thought of it, it's like, what if they would do something so stupid and do that to me? But they even saw the wheelchair in my trunk and asked me about it. And I told them, somebody at home who just had back surgery and they're by themselves. So I need to like get going here as quickly as possible. And they never asked me for my insurance card. Never asked me for it. But that's the only reason why I did. Otherwise, I could have, waited and made them call the K9 unit. And I probably would have if it wasn't that circumstance. Well, but you see them all the time call K9 units. And they do it and you hear them because I've watched some of those cop reality shows where a cop will do a stop and approach the car and they say they smell like marijuana. And that gives them probable cause, is what they always say. So they'll call a K9 unit. If the person doesn't give them permission to search them or search the car, they always say, well, we'll call the K9 unit. If the K9 alerts, then I have probable cause to search your vehicle and blah, 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 blah. So, but I understand. And I think it also scared me too, baby, because thankfully, I didn't have my pistol on me that night. I left it at home. And even though I have a CCW for it, but you just never know, and that's always been one of my fears of having and owning a pistol and carrying it on my person because of you just never know. Someone gets too scared and they get trigger happy. Even though I understand I'm supposed to let them know that I have it on me, but you just never know. And if there's no body footage or if there's no cameras, who's to say that maybe I didn't act a fool and try and pull my gun out on him? You see what I mean? So it's always those scenarios that I've always worried about more than anything else. But I get it. What's the matter? Where do you live, baby? Because I'm in Georgia. Hey, off grid. Well, I got stopped another time by a cop for having, and I didn't know this back then, but I know it now. I put some of those blue neon lights on one of my cars, underneath the car, so it would light up the ground at night. And I even had those cool seat covers that there was one, it had a light in it. So if I plugged it into like the cigarette lighter, it would glow and it would be blue inside the car. And so one day we were out and a female cop pulled us over talking about the blue lights on the car. So they didn't give us a ticket, but they told us we can't have them because it can imitate a cop. And I understood that. Even though that those lights aren't flashing, they're underneath the car. It's not like it's on the top of the car and the windshield, but whatever. So I had to remove those and I had to remove the seat covers. Yeah, I understand that, baby. And hopefully I don't ever get stopped again, but if I do, I'll remember that. That was the last time I got stopped, though. But again, they didn't do anything. They didn't give me a ticket for nothing. And I think that was the other thing that ticked me off. It's like, You're going to pull me over for something so stupid that I don't believe I did. But okay, we'll go with what you're saying. I didn't use my turning signal and then want to turn it into, oh, I saw you in the gas station parking lot doing a drug deal. Like, come on. I should have reported them, but I just didn't have the time for it. Georgia's a terrible state for cops. That's interesting. I would have thought it'd be better. You're in Portland, Oregon? Okay, baby. I've never been to Oregon. I have an aunt and uncle who moved there some years ago, though. Right, off-grid, and I understand that. So, that's why I removed them. But, you know, and I could understand if they had pulled me over if I had, like, blue lights like that. Okay, that I can understand, but make up some nonsense that I'm 99.9% sure I used my turning signal, but, you know, they're a cop, they got a badge, they have authority, so I'll go with what you say, fine. And I apologized. But again, they still didn't give me a ticket. They didn't even give me a warning. I'm not saying I wanted one. I'm just saying. You pull me over for something minor, we'll say. And it's a minor, traffic infraction. And then try and turn it into, you believe, a drug deal gone on in the parking lot at the gas station. Like, but where's the drugs? Oh, and then here's the other thing. They even asked me, are you alone? Yeah. Are you sure there's nobody in this car with you? I looked at that cop all crazy. I'm like, you can see inside my car. I drive a Z20 Camaro. It's not a big car. We're not talking about a big, huge SUV or truck. Like, and I don't have like dark tinted windows either. Like, where do you think I'm gonna put a person? Come on. And that's what I mean. And the whole other thing again, they searched my entire car except for the trunk. They didn't go into the trunk. Explain that one to me. And I didn't think about it until after the fact. Because, yeah, even though the trunk ain't big, but in the trunk of my car, where the windshield comes down the back, the hatch, there's a compartment if I were to take, because I have T-tops on my cars. If I were to remove the T-tops, there's these holders in the trunk. So there's another compartment where I could fill that whole compartment up with a basket full of groceries. It may not look like there's a lot of room, but there's more room than what people would think. So, if they were really looking for drugs, why didn't they look in the trunk? Knowing there's all that space back there, but I'll never understand it. But I get you, baby. It's a total gotcha game. They were trying. They were looking for something. I mean, hell, I hadn't even had a ticket. 20 years? It's been over 20 years, actually. The last speeding ticket I got was when I was still working. And I was doing like, I want to say 70 or 80 in a 45 zone. It was something like that because I got called into work unexpectedly and they told me the restaurant was packed out and there was only one waitress there. So, but that was a long time ago. So I haven't had a speeding ticket since then. Yeah, off-grid must have, because it doesn't make any sense to me. It didn't even occur to me to ask for all their, badge numbers and names. So, hadn't happened since then, but you never know. Those are the states that are most prone for bad cops, you say? Well, that's good to know about South Carolina, because I live right next door. I'm almost on the state line, in fact, of Georgia and South Carolina. I've been up to Ohio before a few times. I've driven up there. So I drove through part of Indiana to get to Ohio. Didn't have any issue there, but doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Um, what else? I think the only other time I got, no, I didn't even get a speeding ticket because I knew the cop. They let me go. But you just never know anymore. You can't ever be too sure. But y'all right, it's one of those gotcha games. And they really thought they were going to get something out of me that night. And you know, the other crappy part about it is, what if I had had like medication in my car? I mean, yeah, I got prescriptions for it, but I could just only imagine they probably would have turned that into something too. Or they probably would have accused me of like picking up those meds from the guy they thought I just exchanged money and drugs with, which never happened. We never even talked. So I still couldn't make sense of where they thought we had actually talked. But they would have sworn. They saw my hand reach out of the window, is what they claimed they saw. And that's where the deal had happened as the guy was on his bike going by. Even though he only went in front of my car. He didn't even come by my driver's side window. He was coming from this way, so he was coming from the passenger side of my car. But still want to believe there was a body in my car besides me. Are you sure you don't have someone in your car? Like, come on, dude. I mean, they were trying to patronize me is what I feel they were trying to do that night. But they lost, so. Ooh. It's almost 4 o'clock. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Holy cow. Well, my beautiful people, I reckon I should go. I gotta do a couple of things still. And I guess I should probably go hide out in my bedroom before the sun comes up, because you never know, I might turn to ash. I'm sorry, I'm being funny. I can't help it. So, my beautiful people, I think I'm gonna say goodnight for now. If I'm still up after I do a couple things, maybe I'll come back and say hi again, but we'll see. You never know when I'll pop back up on here. It's random anymore. So thank you for being here, my beautiful people. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all spending some time chatting, sharing y'all's energy with me. Y'all stay good and stay blessed. I'm sending y'all positive love and light. Till next time. Good night, y'all.